Hello everyone. A final chapter here, likely, of the tale of the drone attack on the A-50U at Machulishchy Air Base in Belarus, with some fresh satellite images. However, what I'd like to do before is go through exactly what happened from start to finish. So AWACS aircraft RF-50608 arrived in Belarus at Machulishchy Air Base on January 3rd, 2023. Since then, it's been reported to have been used 12 times. Its purpose in Belarus was to coordinate MiG-31 patrol operations from the airbase, but it's also been reported to have helped coordinate long-range missile strikes into northern Ukraine. So this was serving a valuable role in aiding Russia. So on the 26th of February 2023, we got our first reports about a drone attack taking place at the airbase. The reports saying that two drones hit the aircraft while it was parked up at Machulishchy Air Base, crediting the attack to Belarusian partisans. At the time, there was no video or photo, and there was much speculation about whether the attack actually did take place and also about the damage caused, with some reports saying, rather hopefully, that the airframe was written off completely. It didn't take long for OSINT groups on Twitter to obtain satellite imagery. First, this image was shared from February 15th, showing that the A-50U was stationed at the airbase. Then we got a second image, shown here, showing the aircraft from the 28th, after the attack. The A-50U was in a different position, but given the gap between the two images, the movement could have took place at any time from the 15th to the 28th. So the image is inconclusive. You can see dark markings on the paintwork, but RF-50608 is a very shabby airframe anyway, and some also suggested that the markings were to do with frost melt rather than damage. On March the 1st, Belarus released this video, showing the aircraft taking off from Machulishchy Air Base and heading to Russia. This led to some comments online saying that no attack took place at all, and that the whole thing was fake news. That, as we all now know, was not the case. On March 2nd, we got two new updates. First of all, this video here, which I'm going to play in full without commentary. So this video showed a drone landing on the radome of the A-50U. Now no attack was seen to have took place on this video. The drone merely flies up to the A-50U, lands on its radome and flies off again. Embarrassing for Russia and Belarus that security is so lax that a drone can just land on a important valuable aircraft at will. But no damage was caused. I and others thought this was it. But there were some claims that this was just a recon flight and the real deal would occur later. I admittedly dismissed that, thinking a recon flight would be pointless, and why not just load the drone up with munitions then and there. But I was wrong. On that same day, we also got reports that A-50U RF-50608 from Machulishchy landed here, near Taganrog. This is the 325th Aviation Repair Plant, and it's where aircraft are repaired and maintained. Notably, large aircraft such as transporters or AWACS aircraft like the A-50U. This is not Taganrog Air Base, by the way, but rather a specialised repair and maintenance facility. It's located just to the south of Taganrog Air Base. A day later, we got a second video, this one showing the attack itself. I will play the video in full first, without commentary. So in this video we see that the drone landed on part number 2 on this diagram of the airframe, which is the aircraft's SATCOM link, a valuable part of the aircraft. At the end of the video, the feed suddenly cuts out. This is a sign that the drone did detonate. We've seen this in the past with other kamikaze drones. Though, given the fact we did later have footage of the aircraft flying, the damage would have been minor, but this video did indeed confirm that A-50U was attacked. So if we return to the satellite image here, the black spot highlighted on the SATCOM link is now looking more interesting, very likely burn marks as a sign of damage. March the 7th, after days of claiming an attack was fake news, Lukashenko of Belarus released a statement admitting an attack did take place, causing minor damage, scratches and a hole in the hull, according to him. Now the fact the aircraft has been confirmed to have flew from Belarus to Russia does confirm that the damage caused was minor and that the airframe wasn't completely written off and can be repaired. But we have no idea how badly the electronics of the SATCOM link are, and also how long or how costly they would take to repair. I assume it's quite a vital bit of kit, and if the damage is severe, It could be out for quite a while, but even if not, it has made that this aircraft has left Belarus, meaning MiG-31 operations in this area are going to suffer, and it's also going to hinder missile launchers, which, if you remember, this A-50U was helping to coordinate. So it has served a role of getting the A-50 out of Belarus, where it was operating from. So I would call that a success. Maybe not as big a success as we were all hoping, but it still worked, it still did its job. Now, the final update. We have some satellite images of Machulishchy Air Base in Belarus. These are from March the 6th, shared by MT Anderson on Twitter, and they confirm that the A-50U that was hit by a drone is gone. It also confirms that so far, no A-50 has been sent there to replace it. We had word that it had been flown back to Russia, but these satellite images do confirm that it is no longer here. We do have some aircraft here though. Highlighted in this image, put together by MT Anderson, is 12134. This is a transport variant rather than the training variant. There's also a pair of An-26 transport aircraft, a pair of Il-76s, and 12 helicopters which can't be identified. Now, although this is a Belarusian airbase, it is also used by Russia too. This is home to Belarus's 50th Composite Air Base, who are said to fly An-26s, Il-76s, Mi-8s and Mi-24s. So the An-26s, Il-76s and 12 helicopters seen here are likely Belarus. The 2134 though is a Russian transport aircraft, as Belarus doesn't operate that type, so I would be curious to know what it is doing here. Now, if we flick to the second section, we can see 11 more helicopters and a pair of MiG-29s. These are Belarusian MiGs, the MiG-29 making up the bulk of Belarus's fighter force. What is interesting is that the MiG-31s are not here, or at least not visible. There was at least one, maybe two, deployed here. Now, I don't think these have been sent back to Russia too, along with the A-50. They have been reported to be taken off and landing at Machulishchy, as seen here. But they are absent from the satellite image, so they're likely just on operations of some sort. So the A-50U is confirmed to be gone, but the lack of MiG-31s on the satellite image doesn't confirm that they too have been sent back to Russia, as we do have tweets and reports that the MiG-31s are still flying from here. So MiG-31s are still carrying out operations from Machulishchy. So that's it for this video. I thought it worth taking a summary of the entire event as it's quite an interesting one. If you found the video interesting, please click like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And if you could also give the video a share on social media to increase its reach so other viewers watch it, I would appreciate that as well. Thanks very much and take care everybody.